Welcome back. In today's adventure, we're here at the Toledo Express Airport in Swanton, Ohio, getting ready to ride this Bell HU-1 Iroquois, also nicknamed the Huey. So I can get it on there. There's the Huey we're going to be flying in. Keep them doors open.
Here?
Yep. Today's adventure was put on by Yankee Air Museum, located in Belleville, Michigan. Today they have brought the experience to the Toledo Express Airport in Swanton, Ohio, and we're going to take to the skies and ride on a Vietnam-era Huey helicopter. If you want an opportunity to fly in a Huey helicopter, make sure you check out their website. I'll put a link in the description below.
1958. Yeah, I think it was October that year. Test flown by the Army is to fill a need for taking people, mail, parts, and stuff out to the field. And then the Army bought the first 100A models in 1960. And the Huey was what they called a Bell 204. It only seated the cockpit crew, crew chief, and then seats for 5 across the back or 3 litters. Then they wanted more troops, so it evolved into what they called the Bell 205, now a D model or H model helicopter. I forget exactly when the D model started coming off the line. The H's came off, it started in '66, which is when this one was built. And they went, D model had an 1100 shaft horsepower engine, which is what the transmission would take. And then they upgraded the engine to a 1400 shaft. Well, I'm speaking of the engine, my dad didn't get this part. The engine was actually developed by a young man by the name of Ansel Franz, who was another one of those German scientists that came back from the U.S. after World War II. He had developed the Jumo 004, which was the jet engine that powered the ME-262. Well, he took that jet engine and converted it into a gas turbine, and for the initial A model, and then on through the flight fleet. But it's been around for a number of years.
When were these first deployed into Vietnam?
Right off the assembly line in 1966. And because they needed to carry more troops, needed to have the higher altitude operation capability in the Central Highlands and whatnot. So they initially had the ABC models over there, but like I say, this came off in '66. The U.S., I think, really got involved in the war in like '65. So it was, and then they were there until the end of I think the official end date for Vietnam was '75, but most of the U.S. troops were pulled out by 1972. Okay. And that's when I was over there, '71, '72.
Thanks for your service. Now on these were originally created to be medevac, correct?
Well, no, well, we referred to them as ash and trash and medevac. Ash and trash was beans, bullets, water, because you had to resupply the troops in the field, ammunition, whatnot, take people to and from the field, take folks out around. But in the medevac role, dust off as they called them in Vietnam, when they got to the D model, instead of being able to only carry 3, now they could carry 6 litters at a time, so they could evacuate more people. And the litters were not, and that's what you're looking at here. These would be turned around on the opposite sides. We've got them in the seat mount now, but if I reversed them, now I can hang a litter in between, and you could have a medic in the middle taking care of 6 people at a time going to the hospital or whatnot. So it just gave them a greater capability. Now, a lot of times they flew with, the wounded, even on the floor, to work on them, because they were grabbing people as fast as they could and getting them to the hospitals.
Now, how was guns put into this?
The guns were mounted On this one, here's the attachment points, and there's 2 more down below for the actual mount itself. The door gunner had there was a bar across here between the mounts, a pintle, and he would carry an M60 machine gun here on the door to cover the front, aft side of the aircraft with ammunition underneath. And of course, he had communication capability with the cockpit crew when he saw people shooting at him through the microphone. Same position on the other side. In the A, B, and C model, they used kind of the same mount, but it was located up here so they could put either rockets, or they put 2 60 caliber M60 machine guns on each side, or rockets and machine guns. They mounted a 40 millimeter grenade launcher on the nose of some of the B models. It was just a big ball on the front. You can look that up in history with the 40 millimeter, but it would mount on the nose. Now, you see the Greyhound on here. This is our honoring the first unit that had this helicopter in Vietnam. That was the 240th Assault Helicopter Company, known as the Greyhounds. And you're looking for history, I'll tell you history.
There you go.
So the 240th was the first unit to have this aircraft in Vietnam. It was with 5 different assault companies during the 4 years it was over there. Also assigned to 3 different maintenance battalions for repair, but in the 4 years it was there. But this aircraft, if you were to walk around it, you'll see another tail boom on the door. You'll see the red, white, and blue painting on the elevator. I mean, the symbol with the crosshatch, that's the unit patch that the unit used to wear. So we honor the 240th by flying it in their colors.
How'd they come up with the name Iroquois originally?
The military named all their aircraft after Indians to honor the first settlers of America. And so all the helicopters have an Indian name, where the Iroquois, the Apache. Now the Cobra, that's a little bit different, but the Jet Ranger was known as the Kiowa, the OH-6 was known as the Cayuse. Of course, you know about the Apaches, the Blackhawks. So everything has got an Indian name to honor the first settlers of America.
Interesting.
Well, it's just about that time to finally ride in a Bell Huey helicopter. What do you think, Pops?
I think that smoke over there is the first one that went down.
You know what they say, when there's smoke, there's fire.
Yep. Okay.
They're ready when you are, Ed. Okay, clear.
Clear.
All clear.
Clear.